Hello and welcome to this video series. We're checking out submissions to the Dungeoncrawler Gamejam of 2023. This time we will have a look at Crumble, Curse of the Time Orb by Mr. Mindor. And the description here is basically just a description about a bug that the inventory is broken and we need to hide that once we start the game. We need to retrieve the time orb from the dungeon to win our freedom. You can see that there is already an updated version, but as I'm a judge for this game jam, I need to play the original version, so that's what we will see in this video. But if you want to check out the game, you can of course, or should probably, check out the fixed version. So, let's jump into the game. And here we are in Crumble, Curse of the Time Orb. So, here we got the instructions regarding the different keys. I is open, close your inventory. R is consume the item in your quiver slot. H, show or hide this help information. Okay, left mouse button is take place items, right mouse throw drop item health. Yeah, hopefully nothing will fall through the floor. Hold and drag right mouse, look around you. If you look more than 45 degrees left or right and release, you will return to face that direction. Okay, cool. Let's use H to hide that. And we have a couple of doors in the room, and I guess this is the inventory here. Let's press I, yes, to hide it, and even if we press I again, it stays hidden. Okay, an unwelcome task. Welcome, traveler. You have been placed here to perform an important task for me. Deep in this dungeon is a magical golden orb. To secure your freedom, you must retrieve it and place it in the alcove you found this note. I have left similar notes to provide you hints along the way. Be wary, this place is sentient and was built to protect its treasure. Alright. This door is open, so I guess we can't do anything here. Open, close inventory, consume item. We do not have any use button or something like that. We also do not have any... Oh, torch. We also do not have any like combat stats, like we don't have a weapon, we don't have a hit bar, hit point bar. The dungeon knows you are here. As you have probably noticed by now, alcoves and doors can be linked. Other links in the dungeon might also be sensitive. You should try that torch there. Yeah, I picked that up. That maybe this opened the door. Okay. Okay, and there's a door socket, a torch socket. Nice, okay. Yeah, unfortunately there's no sound in the game. Dedicate yourself. It is a shame you couldn't bring that torch with you. It is going to be dark up ahead. I suppose you don't know what I mean by up ahead. This isn't a dead end, you know. That trapdoor should be open by now. Well, go ahead and jump in. Well, thank you. Okay, there's a trap. And there's a keyhole. What you need. 2 keys will be required to return to above, but don't bother returning unless you get my orb as well. This looks like a secret passage. It's... maybe not. Maybe this is a good point to talk about or good situation to talk about the perspective. This is pretty much perfect. You can perfectly see that we got a corridor to the left and we have a path to the right. So, or when we are here, you can see that this is blocked off and this is blocked off. So, yeah, I think that the perspective here is most perfect. The controls are actually perfect as well. So we can queue up commands. So if I move forward, let me show you. If I move forward and turn left, then the game will queue them up and will execute them one after another. So that also works perfectly fine. The only thing I would wish is that it's also possible to hold the W key, but that's just an extra. So I think the navigation is already great in the game. And with that, oh, this is time sensitive. Ah no, these are now opening and closing. All right. Mm-hmm. That's cool. The floor looks suspicious. There are the lines here, but I don't think there's anything. Okay. There's a trap. A price to pay. If you want to get past this door, the dungeon demands a taste of you. There's always a price to pay to gain great power. So we need to go in there. Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't seem like we have any hit points. That would be an issue, as that is a requirement for the jam, actually. That and combat. And there is a key. Let's drop this, take the key, the door opens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I actually got damage there or not. So I'm not sure if I need to throw that into this thing. Let's drop the key here. Forward. Get the pearl as well. I mean, once something falls into the floor, I got a problem, but as long as that's not the case, everything is fine. Actually, there was this other way, right? So let's try that. Nope, there's the door. And over here. There's the other key. So we already got both keys. What are the other doors for then? Okay, it's this out. Huh. And we need this there. And we take that. The pedestal at the top of the dungeon to gain your freedom. Now go. Wasn't like this supposed to close then? Maybe it is closed and it's just... No. Do we need to put 2 keys into that? I mean, we have still some ways we need to explore, but this kind of makes no sense to me at the moment. Yeah, and there are these... I mean, maybe we need to put in something there. It also makes no sense, so... It seems like they stay close. I think this trapdoor should have closed by when I put this key in. But it didn't do anything. Now everything else is closed down. Ah, okay. One issue. One issue. It should only queue up one action, not more. Otherwise, you have this like what you just saw. That at some point you're just running around with queued up commands. These are all closed doors with nothing inside, which is also very weird. Let's jump here. Yeah. Oh, there's a healing potion, but right click to consume. Well, we can't consume because we don't have an inventory. Also, we don't have hit points, and there's no combat. Yeah, I think at that point it's broken. I will check the comments. 1 second. Alright, so I checked the comments, and yes, this is a bug, and as far as I understand, this is already fixed in the new version, which you can find on the itch.io page. The combat was indeed cut from the game, which is a problem, as this is a hard requirement for the jam, so we will need to see how to handle that. But I mean, I definitely can't rate the combat here, as there is none. But I will go over the other points nevertheless. I mean, I already mentioned the perspective is perfect. The controls are, I would say, almost perfect. It's queuing up, and it feels really smooth to navigate through the dungeon. The speed is great, the tile size is great. The only things which could be improved are holding forward key, that it's continuous movement, so that you don't have to press it again and again. And the second thing is that if, let's say, like this is not... It's only should only queue up one movement. Otherwise, you might run into situations, especially if you can't hold the forward button, that you press forward a couple of times, and then it kind of automates itself, which is a bit yeah, unfortunate. So very easy things to fix though. Or at least the queuing up to only reduce that to 1 is easy to change. Regarding the holding forward, that's a bit more tricky, I think. The graphics, I think, are also, I mean, it is very basic. There's only this one texture, but it looks nice. So if there was more content in the game, then a couple of different textures, but how it looks like, it's great. Of course, there is also no interface or no working interface. We have this broken inventory, but that's it. We have a few icons, like this, how that is turning. It looks a bit weird, but yeah, I mean, it also works. I don't have any issues with that. There are some lighting effects. So regarding graphics, I think that would be fine. Of course, sound is a problem, with no sound effects at all, and also no music in the background. it really feels like it's empty, which I mean it also is. It has some nice puzzles like this one with a torch and then running over these things. I mean there isn't a whole lot, but I think it's a very nice foundation for a future crawler. So regarding the basics, it's well done, but yeah, of course, more content is needed to make it an interesting experience. And yeah, the combat is most problematic regarding the jam rules actually. So yeah, we will need to see about that. Let me switch over to the page again. I actually forgot to mention that it's not just Mr. Mindor, but it's also jelliemin and Tortillakitten involved in the game. And here you can also see a screenshot with some more interface. I mean, yes, the art is not exactly fitting to the rest of the game, but yeah. So I think it's a very solid foundation for more. You can see here there's also an updated version already. And if you want to check out the game, you might be able to get there by clicking on the link in the description of this video. I am not quite sure how this will be handled regarding the missing combat. So worst case is you can still either search for this on itch.io or check for Mr. Mindor, and then you will find the game in his well, portfolio or whatever you want to call that. And if you're interested in seeing more entries, more videos for this Dungeoncrawler Jam, you can find a playlist in the video description with all the entries I published so far, or videos of so far. And of course you can subscribe to the channel to not miss any future videos. And with that, thank you for watching and hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.